there is a crash akoso between a year the Minister for Communications and Digital Technology, Sam George, and the former Minister for Communications, Mame Exp0sed. Sabria Menewo Ekasede, the back and forth ekosono very very serious and very very tight. Now, because of that, Sam George wababontin wabekasa in Sembebre. But before you bet Sam George, give us a brief summary of what is happening at Sam George.
Currently, this year or the Abetuja said a SIM registration, and we a SIM re-registration, and so you could tell some time ago the kind of hardships among folk home. People have to leave their works to go and queue the whole day just to get their SIM registered. Near the only at that time, no, Ejumano, Exp0sed as at that time, no man, Ejumani.
Okay.
As we speak now, no cry information. I was in a call, is it NIA host, and
okay.
Any identity, who is Ejumano or one yen, this is your baby for now. The old 2 months now. Emma or clash with Esla, ni spokesperson, no, and he said, the kind of irregularities are caused with the previous SIM registration, no, SIM re-registration we are about be who be biasa ewo, and the another quiet chuma and check a crowd honoma. People feel said there was a clash between Honorable Sam George and Exp0sed spokesperson. No.
Okay, it was here. Kakum yejene kwa numunti yebeko na ya kwa tie said Honorable Sam George and Kasa wotu nenum to din same way to just say adane clash of the titans. Yenshe Emra.
Why do we have to go through this SIM registration again? Why do you want to put us through this stress again?
First and foremost, I would say that I can appreciate the apprehension in the public, especially when you remember what we went through between 2021 and 2023. But I would start by saying that the queues you saw, the difficulties you had in 2021 to 2023 will never happen under this new registration.
It will never happen?
Never happen. It's simply going to be because this process is going to be driven by technology. It's going to be driven by the comfort of the consumer and the convenience that we can offer to the consumer. It's not going to be driven by procurement. That I must state emphatically. If you remember, in September 2021, Professor Ken Atefa issued a statement, a 3-pager, effectively saying that that registration process could not be authenticated against the NIA's database. Now, let's be clear. And I've seen a 2-pager issued by my predecessor, the Honorable Exp0sed, where she tries to challenge the explanation that was made by His Excellency President Mahama in Sunyani during the research tour. Let's be very clear. She admits in her statement that there were weaknesses in the system that she developed.
Okay, yes, so that's the first point. It says the 2022-2023 SIM registration was introduced to fix the weak and unreliable 2010-2011 system by linking SIM cards to the Ghana card. The process worked in 2 phases or stages, was limited because full biometric verification could not be completed due to lack of NIA integration.
So the minister admits that there was no biometric authentication. In her own statement, this is not Sam George. So for those who say that, why do you want to do this? The minister who oversaw the process has just answered the question. Exp0sed herself has admitted that the process she carried out did not carry out full biometric verification. If she herself, I mean, if the tilapia comes from the bottom of the sea to tell you that the crocodile is sick, you better believe, because they all live on the bottom of the river. So listen, what we're doing today is to cure the failings in the system that was attempted to be done. And why could there be no NIA integration? That's the question we should ask ourselves. Why did Ghanaians queue for 2 years and still we're told that there was no full biometric verification? Simply because somebody wanted to do procurement. It's about procurement.
Is that the only?
The NIA has a system that allows for you to integrate directly with them. So you use their system and you pay for their system. The minister at the time decided that she had a private company that will do the authentication. And the NIA said, we will not do that connection.
Is that what you were told?
It's not what I am told. I have inherited the ministry. That is the reason why the NCA could not. That's why the system that was run by Kelny GVG could not integrate with the NIA. It's as simple, let's call a spade a spade. Since the minister wants to come out and challenge the facts, let's put all the facts out.
That there was a company?
Kelny GVG, she contracted Kelny GVG to run the SIM registration. They put out that app that was only available on Android, and which meant that every iOS or phone could not even use the app. And there was an impasse between her and Kelny GVG on one side, and the NIA led by Kenatifa on the other side. And that's why you couldn't have this integration done. So when the minister tells you that she couldn't have biometric integration done, she should have told us the reason why that couldn't have been done. Simply because somebody wanted to do procurement.
Okay. Causing financial loss.
Okay, and that's why Ghanaians were made to queue for 2 years to carry out, for want of a better phrase. And you know, we struggled, but because I believe, and I agree with her on one thing, governance is a continuum. We've looked at it. Look, the people at the NCA, and Alfred, you were at the meeting at the NCA. The NCA is the regulator. In 2021 to 2023, you were in this space. Did the NCA ever meet with the media to give you a briefing like we did last week, or this week, or on Tuesday this week? No. The technocrats at the NCA have not changed. In fact, the person who we appointed as Director General was Head of Engineering, Director Engineering under Exp0sed. They were sidestepped because they raised critical issues about the processes that were being undertaken. The only difference you have today is you have a government that listens to the intelligence and wisdom of the technocrats there. The technocrats came to me, I asked them, why did the process fail? What were the challenges? Did you raise them? And after I saw all the responses, they came with their issues. And I said to them, this is the policy direction we will take. And I've allowed them go through the process. It's been 1 year of detailed work and collaboration. So Alfred, let's be clear. We will have, and I keep saying it's not a re-registration, it's a registration.